Children need role models, whether they be siblings, artists, or even fictional characters. No matter who they are, their practices are paramount to our youth's development, and they'll shape them into who they'll be for the rest of their lives. Recently, however, the role models of today seem slightly more, well, stupid. Today's celebrities who are basking in the limelight exert a mantra of education and philosophy that are, in my eyes, undesirable to say the least. Some of them just cop out with obvious and generalized statements like, "Just be yourself." Well, of course you should be yourself. But the ironic thing is that these celebrities pander to the mainstream crowd, and their influence will affect other people's behavior, which means they'll act as part of a social clique and therefore not be themselves. And then, there are just these people who simply send the wrong message, whether they intend it or not. Whatever happened to the icons who actually did something, people who made statements with actual merit, who actually made society shine just a smidgen bit brighter? What happened to people like my childhood hero?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Oh yeah. I can say with unflinching confidence that this man helped shape me into who I am today. Let me tell you a little story. I was 7 years old. My mother worked at the library of my elementary school. Whenever I was done with class, I had to go to the library and stay there until my mom got off. And one of the perks of having a parent who worked there was having access to the video catalog. There I would spend my afternoon just watching educational videos. There were about 20 Bill Nye VHS tapes in their collection. So, one day, out of sheer curiosity, I decided to pop an episode in and had an absolute blast watching it. After that, I watched every single video the library had, and I made my best effort to catch the show on PBS. I just couldn't get enough of the educational splendor that Nye had given me. I could not tell you how many times I dreamed about being in his laboratory, performing all sorts of whimsical experiments and being goofy while doing so. He opened my eyes to the wonderfully complex world of science, but in spite of all that, he was able to make it simple. He was able to make it accessible. But most of all, he made it fun. Plants, insects, minerals, water, the solar system, the human anatomy, momentum, blood, flight, the earth, the moon, cells, animals, and dinosaurs. Bill Nye did a better job in teaching me these subjects than most of my actual teachers ever did. And not to toot my own horn here, but it gave me a leg up on a lot of my fellow students. But Bill Nye didn't just merely educate me in the field of science. He also planted the seed of logic and reasoning within me. And I'm just now coming to that realization. I never really got into the church as a kid, despite my parents' constant attempts at making me go. The idea of a magical, omnipotent, and supposedly benevolent being never clicked with me. And I didn't really have a good idea as to why that was then, but I do now. It was because I could sense how illogical these pure, enlightening truths sounded. That it was contradictory to what Nye said, and that they couldn't provide solid evidence to what they said was truth. In summation, Bill Nye helped me into becoming an atheist. People ask me when I lost my faith, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think I ever had it in the first place. Ever since that fateful afternoon in the small, dark room on that 18-inch television screen, when I first watched Bill Nye, I pretty much always put the chips down on science. And I think it's safe to say that I turned out okay. So thank you, Bill. You were a true inspiration to me, and I'm sure you continue to serve as an inspiration to other children past, present, and future. You are one of a kind, a bastion of intelligence, humor, and common sense. A true childhood hero.